Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I thought we should talk about why am I doing this? Why is this even worth your time? Why is it worth my time? What is the purpose of it all? And am I here just to waste your time? The answer is no. I think a lot of you have things to gain from these series, and I'll just do a quick, brief overview as to what there is to be valued. And if those things do not interest you, then it was nice knowing you. Bye. But I think there'll be a lot of things that you like. For one, today I'm going to do a bit of an introduction about myself. What got me here? Why am I here? And why did it take so long to get here? YouTube's been around for a minute. Why am I doing YouTube almost in 2019? Right? Pretty late to the game. So this is the story. Years and years and years ago, I wanted to do YouTube. I had the equipment, I had the tools, I had everything, except I wasn't content with my story, with what I had to share, because I felt like it wasn't enough. Like there was already people sharing their stories. Why would mine be any more different? I know. You're thinking everybody's story is special. But the critic in my head said, hell no. It's all been shared. It's all being done. There's no room for you. Get out. So I just stood out. I didn't do it. So finally, aka 2017, something interesting happened. Not so good way interesting, but interesting in the sense that it made me change. Like it made me decide, I think I want to share more about myself. I think the world wants to listen. I think I'm ready to talk. And it felt like the right time. But it's 2018 going to 2019, why did I wait so long? Again, the critics said, don't friggin' do this. It's not the time. So I was like, okay, it's not the time. I freaking waited. But then I was like, okay, it's time, right? So I had to like build the courage, is what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes in life, even though you have a great content with everything else, the timing is not the time. Or you tell yourself the timing is wrong, mainly because you're a self-doubter like I am, or have always been. And you just need to shut that voice up with enough evidence as why you should be doing this. So now, I'm here to tell you why I smacked down that freaking voice in my head and said, yo, it's freaking the time. It's not the time 2020. You've been freaking sitting on the story for a minute. Get up. Keep it moving. It's time to share. Okay, I'll tell you what the story is. So, this is where it all started, okay? Here I was years and years and years ago. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'll tell you it was years ago, like not in this decade, like decades, almost decades ago, right? I moved out on my own. Here I was 18, even go back to 16. I was 16 wanting to move out on my own. And guess what? I was like 16. Not a lot of people are hiring 16-year-olds and then giving them good pay that they could support to live on their own. Maybe you guys have different information, but back then I looked at it, I researched it, and I said no. 16, way too early. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go into this world trying to figure things out, being all broke. I'll just stay home. So I stayed home. Then I became 17. I'm like, okay, maybe now's the time. This is like the story of my life. Is now the time? No, it's not the time. Is it ever the time? Now, you know? Like, I think we all go through this thing where we're like, is this the right time? So, lo and behold, it was 18. I was 18. I was off, you know, I was done high school. I did the whole graduation thing. And here I was applying for colleges, got into a college, and didn't have the right grades to get right into university, but I had the grades for college, so that's where I went, you know. Just because you don't get to where you want to go right away doesn't mean you stop and just say no, no more education. You know, just you gotta keep at it. So I got into college. I was gonna become a biotechnologist. It was a hot thing back then. You know, I was gonna like, it's like almost sci-fi. I was gonna be a biotechnologist. It was stuck in my head. So I went to a conference. I was in the school. I was loving life, and now I'm like, now's the time. Now I'm gonna move out on my own. And so again, I went back to the books. I did the math. I'm 18 with a high school degree. I should be able to get a job that can pay for my bills, right? Again, not right away. I got a job at Walmart. What can you do with a job at Walmart as a student? Not much. So I stood my ass at home. Until one day, somebody, a friend of a friend, family friend, very important person, was leaving their job and said, yo, I can mentor you. If you do the right things, you can have this job. I'll mentor you, and if you're enough, you'll, secure the position and it won't be a temp job. So I was like, yeah, finally, I'll have a real job, and I'll I can live on my own. I'll have a real job. I'm in school. I'm gonna be a biotechnologist. I'm doing this. Woohoo! So I got the job. What was the job? It was a nonprofit. Nonprofit for 18-year-olds. That's pretty awesome. And I was getting paid good money. So that's what I did. I got the job. Going to school full time. I was going to school full time and working part time. So I basically just fixed up my schedule at school, and I was at my part-time job now. I was making enough money to pay some bills, not really get a place on my own, but I could afford a place. So what did I do? I got it. I found a basement rental for $400 and I think $50. Yeah, this included everything. All the utilities. I just had to put food in my fridge. Included, I think we had internet back then. I'm not even sure. But yeah, included everything. I didn't need a car. I walked everywhere. And I took the bus and train to school. It was pretty awesome. I was like living the life. I was just, 2 years of hard work, 16, 17, 18 now. I got a place on my own. I'm in school. I'm going to college. I'm a college kid. So I was doing awesome things. But you know what happens when you're doing that? You get burnt out fast because you're going to school full time, you're working part time, but part time with like real people, like adults, where you're the youngest, and everybody's like, you should do more. Anyways, that's a completely different story in itself, like about that job and that part of my life. Let's move forward. It just became too much. So then I'm like, yo, I want to really finish school. I don't want to take time off to work full time, to save up money, to go back to school. So I need to figure out something, how I can do this whole thing in a better way. So what did I do? I moved again. This time I moved into another part of the country, all by myself. I barely had anybody there, but I had a friend, very important friend, who'll be a very important figure in my life for many years to come as well. So I called that friend, yo, I want to move, can't do this no more, it's too much. Can I roommate with you? She said, sure. I packed up everything. I had nothing. What did I have? I'm not even a computer. I had a TV, some clothes, a bed, and that was it. So I just put it all in a box and was like, let's hurry up, scurry on. And my friends are like, yo, are you sure you don't want to keep your place? I'm like, it's $450. These people know me. I'll be back if shit hits the roof. But I'm not coming back. And what about the job? I gave somebody else. Just like somebody hooked me up, I hooked up another person. And that person still has a job. And that organization, it was a small organization back then, now it's a freaking big organization. Eventually you'll find out what it all is, but I paid it forward. So keep that in mind. Always pay forward. So I'm in this new city, new part of the country, new everything, back on the hustle of getting back into school. In a matter of like, I think a month, I had a job again. Yay! I was registered back in school. Yay! I freaking worked my ass off. But this is how it happened. When I got to this new place, I wasn't picky about jobs. I wasn't looking for like a nice paying job this time because I was gonna have roommates. Yeah, roommates help out the bills. So, and I was gonna roommate with my friend. So that's what I did. I just got a job at a hotel. I got registered at the quickest college I could get into just because I wanted to transfer some credits, and now I didn't want to be a biotechnologist anymore. I wanted to be a pharmacist. Pharmacists, they were the big thing, right? It's like you help the world. So guess what I did? I went to my local grocery store and I met up a pharmacist there. I was like, yo, I need a job. I'm working at this hotel. It's not really doing much for me. Ideally, I would like to be a pharmacist, da 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 da. And she's like, yo, I got you. You can be my assistant. Pharmacist assistant, because I'm not a technician, can't do much, but I could do cashier. And she said she'd train me on the side about more stuff. So that's where we're going to stop the story today, but stay tuned. There's more to come, and eventually get to know, why are we doing this? What's the purpose of this? Okay, good night. It's nice knowing you.